Students, welcome to my channel My Health 2021. Students, we are going to see the forms of business organization, that is chapter 2 from the subject drug store and business management. I already made one video on the chapter 1. If you are new, please go and see that chapter 1 and learn the basic introduction of the drug store and business management. So here first thing we are going to see what is by business. Most of the students have the question what is the exact meaning or the definition of the business. So in the literal sense, a business means any activity that keeps a person busy. So most of the peoples, they are doing various jobs, profession, or giving the employment to the various people in order to earn the money. So most of the people keeps them busy in earning the profit, that is called as the business. So here we are going to discuss the various topics. Topic 1 is sole partnership, second is joint Hindu family business, third one is partnership, and fourth one is joint stock company. So what is meant by sole partnership? Sole partnership is the simplest form of business. Then it is the one man business, as well as person is solely responsible for entire business. So this business can be start very easily, as there is no requirement of any partners. Only one man go and start the business with the very little capital. So those who don't want partnership in the business, such person can go for sole partnership. So here we are going to see the various salient features of the sole partnership. First one is full authority of the business. So as this business already say that this is the sole partnership, then there is no any partners to enter in the business. So full authority of the business goes to the single person only. Ownership lies with one person only. Then no legal formalities are required like partnership, where we have to make the partnership deed. So no profit sharing is also there in sole partnership business. So that's why most of the people want to start their own business without any partners. So here we are going to see the various advantages of sole partnership. First one is most simplest forms of the business. As I said earlier, there is no requirement of any partnership deed for the business. Second one is business can start quickly. No need to find out the partner, and most of the documents requires are very less compared to the partnership business. That's why this business is very easy. One can start it quickly. So decision making is done by only one person, as there is no partner in the business. So it is very easy to make the decision quicker and faster. So management power is handed by one person only. What are the things he want to carry out, what are the various implementation he want to implement on his own. There is no need to ask to the partner. So capital can be increased or decreased. This is also the one of the advantage of sole partnership. The partner can increase or the sole person can increase or decrease the business capital on his own without asking to anybody. Student, as you are aware, as there are advantages to certain thing, there are another part, that is the disadvantages of also there. First disadvantage is financial restriction. If the one man army or the one person doesn't have the finance to start his business, then ultimately he cannot start his business as a sole partner. Second one is every aspect of business cannot be seen. So if you want to see the entire aspect of the business, you must have the partner, so that every activity can be seen by both of you. Liabilities are the unlimited, so entire liabilities has been faced by the one partner only. Second is no check on control on proprietor, so there is nobody to see either he is working properly or not. So there must be a check and control on the proprietor, which can be done by partner only. May be very hasty, as there is no reliever. uh, this work may be very hectic as there is no reliever, because he has to stay throughout the day and night to see his business. So second type of business organization is joint Hindu family business. So a business which belongs to a single Hindu family and conduct it as a family business is called as joint Hindu family business. So there are various salient features of joint Hindu family business. Only Karta has the right to manage the business. So the Karta which is handling entire the business, so or the older people in the family called as Karta, who has all the right to manage the business. Then family members has limited liabilities, but Karta has unlimited liabilities. The person who is running the business has the unlimited liabilities, while the other person or the other family members have the limited liabilities. Only male members of the family can claim the right. This is the one of the silent feature of the joint Hindu family business. And business existence is not affected by death of family members or even if Karta. As this is joint Hindu family business, any member from the family can handle the business if there is death of the Karta. Share of each family member is keeps on fluctuating depending on the income of the family business. So there are certain advantages of this joint Hindu family business. First one is Karta has full rights of the business. Then business is acts as an insurance coverage for any weak member of the family, because every member of the family will get the share of the business. Then every member can engage himself in the business. So this is not like the other business, only partners can work with the partner, but any family member from the business point of view can engage the business. Every member has limited liabilities, so every member in the business they are having the limited liabilities, but the Karta is having unlimited liabilities. So business is not affected by death of any family member. As I said earlier, if there is a death, even there is the death of the Karta, then any family member can handle the business and become the Karta of that joint Hindu family business. There are certain disadvantages of joint Hindu family business. That is, the resource of joint family business are limited in comparison to other business, because only one man is going to invest in the business. No partner is there. That's why the resource of the joint family business are limited compared to the other partnership business. So only Karta has the full authority of the business. Nobody can entertain in the business uh, like family members, as Karta has the full authority of the business. Every family members get equal benefit even if they don't work, hence it make family members somewhat lazy. So this is one of the biggest disadvantage of joint Hindu family business, because it is not compulsory to work for each and every family members of the business, joint Hindu family business. Though he either work or don't work, he will get the his share from the business. That is the one of the biggest advantage of joint Hindu family business. Also there is continuity of the joint Hindu family business is depend on continuity of the family members. If the family members doesn't continue or doesn't survive, then this business cannot be continued. Third one is the partnership. So partnership is the relation between two or more people who agree to share the profit of the business. So partnership is done by coming together, including two or more peoples, and they put together their capital and get the benefits of the capital in terms of the profit. So individual person called as a partner and association together is called as partnership. Such a business organization is called as firm. So by coming together, one or two people can start, one plus one or more than two people can start the partnership, and that partnership organization is called as firm. So silent features, there are up to 20% can 20 persons can join in the partnership firm. Minimum requirement of partnership firm is 2. Most of time partnership deed is made as a documentary proof. Profit is disbursed amongst the partner as per partnership deed. Partnership dissolve automatically after term period, as well as each partner of the firm is with unlimited liabilities. Students, there are certain advantages of the partnership, including making partnership firm is quite easy process. The amount of investment can made by every partner. Any loss in the business firm is withstand by both or all the partners. The business can expand at any time by adding more partners in the firm or by adding more capital in the firm. Partnership firm has longer existence because of partners. Students, there are certain disadvantages of the partnership firm. They are, sometimes there is difficulty in maintaining mutual understanding. So after starting the business, the two partners cannot understand each other. That is the one of the biggest disadvantage of partnership firm. Then dishonest partner can put firm in trouble. So dishonest partners can create a trouble to the other partners or the to the firm or the business. Sometimes there is lack of stability in the business. So because of the partner, there may be lack of stability in the business if the partner is dishonest or if there is difficulty in maintaining mutual understanding between the partners. Large scale business cannot be run by partnership. So if you want to learn the large scale business, that cannot be run by partnership. Next is public having less faith in partnership business. After that, there are various kinds of partner. This is also called as the types of partner. So don't get confused between the kinds of partner or the types of partner. One is active or working partner. Second one is sleeping or inactive partner. Third one is nominal partner. Fourth one is partner in profit only. Fifth one is secret partner. Sixth one is minor partner. Seventh one is partner by estoppel. So these are the various types of the partners. So first partner is active or working partner. This is the partner who is actively participate in the business. He not only put his capital, equal capital in the business, as well as he gives his time also. Second partner is the sleeping or inactive partner. So this partner is called as sleeping because he don't actively participate in the business, though he is providing the capital, but he is the inactive partner. Third one is nominal partner. Nominal partners are the partner who just gave name to the partnership, or who gave their name in the as a partner. That partner is called as the nominal partner, who don't invest as well as who don't give the time to the business. That is called as nominal partner. After that, partner in profit only. There are certain partners who ask as a partner but who invest the money also, but they are the partners in profit only. They ask for profit. If you give me the profit, then only I am going to invest in the business. That is their policy. Fifth one is the secret partner. Secret partners are the partner who invest in the business but they don't want to disclose their name. Such partners are called as secret partners. After that, sixth is minor partner. So minor partners are the partner whose age is less than 18 years are called as minor partner. After that, seventh type of partnership is partner by estoppel. So partner by estoppel means these are not the partners, just they are showing in the market they are the partners of such and such forms, that is called as partner by step 1. Students, after that there are various kinds of partnership also. So majorly there are two types of partnership. One is general partnership. In a general partnership, the liabilities of every partner is unlimited. In case of assets of firm are not sufficient to pay off its liabilities, even the private property of the partners may be used to meet the undischarged liabilities. And second one is limited partnership, where limited partnership, the unlimited liabilities of partner in general partnership discourages investment of large sums in the firm. The limited partnership is a way out this difficulty, although it is not permitted under the Indian law. So there are basic differences between the sole partnership and partnership in business. So sole partnership is single person is owner, while in partnership in business there are two or more person can be engaged in the business. So sole partnership is managed by proprietor or the single person only, while the partnership is partnership in business is managed by the partner. The profit is not shared in case of the sole partnership, while in case of the partnership in business the profit is shared amongst the number of the partner. Fourth one is in sole partnership, it is secrecy of business is maintained in sole partnership, while the secrecy of the business is not maintained in the partnership in business. Fifth point is in sole partnership free to take any decision, while discussion with the partner is needed in the partnership business. So in sole partnership business is unstable because of only one person, while in the partnership business there are two or more person. That's why the partnership business is somewhat more stable than sole partnership. Seventh one is liabilities unlimited in case of the sole partnership, while the liabilities are unlimited in case of partnership in business. So 8th point is capital investment is managed by proprietor only, while capital investment is managed by all the partners in the partnership firm. After that there is a joint stock company. A company is governed by the Company Act and it has to follow the various provision of the Company Act 1956. Hence it has to comply various statutory requirement. So there are certain salient features of joint stock business company. It comes in existence only after registration under Company Act 1956. The members are shareholders, which are the owner of the company. The capital required for the business is divided into shares and that shares are sold amongst the people. The shareholder is always free to withdraw the investment. The investment which are done by the shareholders can be withdrawn at any time in the difficulty. So the liabilities of the members of the company are limited. A company property is taxed at flat rate. So there are certain advantages of the joint stock company. The joint stock company can able to collect large capital as the company is going to sell out its share. That's why there are various chances that company can get the maximum capital. Well educated people can be appointed for smooth working of the company as a director. The shares of the company can be transferred or withdraw in difficulty at any time. The company is managed by director who are elected by shareholders, and the liabilities of the members of the company are limited. So there are certain disadvantages that formation of companies costly and time consuming process as there are requirements of many peoples. So gathering peoples is one of the hectic work and takes more time. Then making decision is also time consuming process as there are board of director who are going to come together and take the decision on certain things. The company is not managed directly by the shareholders because shareholder selects the managing director and managing director takes the decision. The secrecy of business affair is not maintained, as well as sometimes large scale production leads to poor quality and high price product, and political decision made by government also affects on the company. So there are various kinds of companies there from point of view of incorporation, from the point of view of liability, from the point of view of nationality, from the point of view of public interest. There are various types of company. First one is private company, after that public company and government company. Discuss the things one by one, that is private company, public company and government company. So private companies which run by minimum of 2 members or by maximum of 50 members does not allow public subscription to its share, and it also restrict the transfer of its share. While the public company is a company can be formed by minimum of 7 person having no maximum limits on its member. It offers its shares to the public with a view to collect large sum of money to finance its project, and also does not restrict the right of its member to transfer their shares freely. Such a company is called as public company. While as per as part of government company is concerned, a company is called as a government company if at least 51% of its shares capital is held by the central government, a state government, or jointly by the central government and state government also. So next one is joint stock company and partnership firm. So we can differentiate between joint stock company and partnership firm on the basis of, as joint stock company is formed under the Company Act 1956, while partnership firm is can made by agreements amongst the partner. While the joint stock companies, the registration is compulsory, while in partnership form registration is not compulsory. In joint stock company, shares of company is transferable, while in partners cannot transfer the share to the third party. So in joint stock company there are minimum 7 people are required, while in partnership form minimum 2 people are required. So in joint stock company liabilities of shareholder is limited, while in partnership form liabilities of partners are unlimited. In joint stock company board of director manage the company, while partnership form is managed by partners. Resource of company is unlimited, while resource of firm, that is partnership firm, is limited. After that we will going to see cooperative society. So cooperative society or the organization is the voluntary association of person who are financially strong. So there are certain silent feature of the cooperative society. First is member of cooperative society can withdraw his amount with due course of intimation at any time, while management of societies depends on managing committee elected by members. The capital of society is raised by the members through the purchase of shares. And fourth one is share of the society are not transferable. This is the one of the silent features of cooperative society. And fifth silent feature is cooperative society is required to register under Cooperative Society Act 1912. So cooperative society there are certain advantages. Voluntary association of person, the liabilities of members are limited, as well as life of cooperative society is not affected by death of any member, as well as good coordination of society members amongst the cooperative society. So membership of society is open to anybody. That is one of the biggest advantage of cooperative society. As well as state government also offers various types of financial assistance whenever required by the cooperative society. So there are certain Disadvantages of the cooperative society: one is most of the time there is shortage of capital, managing committee has lack of knowledge and experience, as well as they are elected by they are elected members. Differences in the opinions amongst the members is also the one of the disadvantage of cooperative society, as well as excessive state regulation affects on the productivity of the cooperative society. So students, I think you understood the topic. There are certain questions asked in the exam. They are discuss the various forms of business organization. What do you understand by sole partnership, as well as what is joint Hindu family business? Discuss its features, mention different types of partnership, as well as mention merits and demerits of partnership, and distinguish between the company and partnership, distinguish between sole partnership and business partnership. These are the certain question, very important question asked in the exam very repeatedly. So students, thank you very much for watching this video. Please say thanks to your college principal and staff for availing you this presentation. Thank you.